In case you missed it last night, here's The Tonight Show with a few thoughts about the election we've just been through.
Now, I got to ask you something. Now, the critics gave you a lot of grief about
not like this.
No, not like this. About being too partial towards.
Yeah, well, I'm partial.
Yeah.
You got me. You nailed me. You know, I've been watching politics since I was a kid, and all the way back to the days of Kennedy and Nixon, and I've never seen anything like Barack Obama.
Yeah.
No one's ever been as inspiring. And I said so when I first saw him out there in Springfield, Illinois, when it was 3 degrees below zero, and there was this young African-American guy walking out on the stage with his beautiful family, and there was the Capitol where Lincoln was once a legislator, and there was the place where he practiced law across the street, and I said, imagine if he could see this. It was just stunning to me from the time it started. I think he's a remarkable political reality, and American people went for him. And the stunning thing is, we all thought that people wouldn't vote for him because he was black, and a lot of white people would say they're going to vote for him and didn't. You know what happened? It was the other way around.
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania, the latest polling I just found out was 3% for him. He won by 11. Right. So 8%, almost 1 in 10 of the people, didn't say they were going to vote for him, and at the last minute said, I want to give this guy a shot. And they didn't brag about it, didn't say I'm a big liberal or anything. They just did it quietly. Right. And I think that's a remarkable thing about our country. We're better than we think.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's stunning. Speaking of election night winners, there are at least one Capitol Hill newbie out there, a newcomer who's out to prove that frugality has come to Washington. Check this out. U.S. Congressman-elect Jason Chaffetz arrived in D.C.'s airport this week with a cot, look at it, wrapped in duct tape. The new member tells Politico that he plans to sleep in his Capitol Hill office and shower at the House gym instead of renting an apartment in D.C. He's not the only member who does this, actually. About 40 members of Congress sleep in their offices. So much for the thrill of victory. Time now for the big number, which relates to the current discussion about Senator Hillary Clinton possibly becoming our next Secretary of State. How many years has it been since the Secretary of State went on to be elected president? Well, 5 of them did in the first century of our country's history, including greats like Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, John Quincy Adams. But the last to pull it off was James Buchanan, who was elected back in 1856. That makes it 152 years, a century and a half and more, since the Secretary of State was elected President of the United States. That's tonight's big number.